Hi everyone, can you just confirm if we are audible? Okay, so just let us know if everything is fine. Yeah, hi Shubham.
Hi, sir.
Okay, so Shubham, if you want, you can also open YouTube in your mobile, and there you will be able to see live chat if anyone is asking anything. Okay, if you don't have mobile,
Okay.
that's fine. I mean, you can also open in the laptop, like that's fine.
वन सेकंड
हाँ हाँ.
सर एक्चुअली मेरे फ़ोन में यूट्यूब का ऐप नहीं है यूट्यूब ऐप खोल देते
अच्छा ओके हाँ
अ,
चलेगा कोई दिक्कत नहीं है ठीक है ओके. So, hi everyone, how are you doing? Let us just know if everything is fine. Audio, video, everything is fine. Okay, so today we have Shubham with us. Shubham is GoClasses enrolled student, complete course enrolled student, and Shubham is getting 79 marks in Set 1, right? Which is huge. So it's a huge achievement that Shubham is getting 79 marks, and also that too in Set 1. And Shubham is our GoClasses complete course enrolled student. Okay. So let's just get started. And by the way, to start with, let me just tell you that Shubham was also working in Qualcomm, which is comparatively comparatively like very hectic job. I mean, some companies like Qualcomm, Amazon, these companies are generally famous for hectic job. Like Shubham can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think generally these are like hectic, right, Shubham?
यस सर दिस इज कम्प्लीटली राइट
Right, right. I hope your manager won't be seeing this video that with the job you cracked it. So he must be doubting that okay, what
या
you were doing.
समथिंग या आई एम सेंसिंग समथिंग नाउ Actually, just recently, a couple of months back, one of my teammates just resigned, and he has 2 months notice period, and after 10 days, he'll be relieved from the company. So my manager will be like dead shocked when he comes to know that yeah, another one of my employees going away.
Okay, okay, yeah, that's okay. So let's just get started. So Subham, this year you are getting 79 marks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So what is your current expected rank? I mean, current rank and the rank range that is it is showing on the predictor.
Sir, 34 to 43, I guess.
Okay, okay, 34 to 43. Okay, that's
Yeah.
really really nice. So Shubham, let me just tell you one thing that I think currently 18,000 aspirants have
Yes.
already checked on the predictor, and this number is so huge that I think this is the very first time that GateOverflow predictor has gotten these many aspirants. And let me tell you that that earlier, okay, earlier I think since 8 years, it is GateOverflow predictor is there since 8 years, I think from 2000 uh, or sorry, from 2015 it is there. So from 2015 I think this is ninth
Nine
year,
years.
yeah.
Yeah.
So 15 or 14, like 15 I completely remember, and 15 or 16 maybe, okay, the one or two year maybe here and there, but yeah, 8 to 9 years it is there. So since 8 year or 9 years, the gate overflow predictor has been giving very accurate rank. So which means that if your rank range is, let's suppose, 34 to 43, it is you can be almost sure, like almost 100% sure that rank won't go beyond 43. That is almost
Got it.
100% sure. The reason is very obvious, because in gate only 15% of the people, okay, which means if 1 lakh people are appearing, then only 15,000 people is going to qualify gate, and we already have 18,000 subscribers, and all the serious aspirants already know about gate overflow, right?
Yeah.
So basically everyone within your range, at least under 100 or under 500, has already checked gate overflow predictor. So it is very rare even that you will be getting more than 34, but in the worst case, that is 43. But it is
Got
very rare that you will be getting more than 35 or 36.
got it. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. So that's really very nice. Congratulations for the huge achievement. So how are
Thank
you
you, sir.
feeling?
Sir, incredibly grateful to you for all the support that you have shown.
No, no,
And
like it was your hard work. You are just being modest. It was completely your hard work. Yes, we might have helped you. So by the way, how's the feeling? We will come to this coaching part, but when you got to know that you are getting 79 marks, then what was your reaction and how was your feeling? And eventually you got to know, okay, this is for sure under 50 or under 100. Then how internally you felt?
Okay, sir, I after my exam was on 10th and on 11th I came home. I had not come home since August, so yeah, I came home after 6 months, and I was sitting with my brothers and I was talking to them that in the worst case I'll be getting 70 marks, in the worst case I'll be getting 71, 72, something like that.
Okay.
And when the response sheet was out, I was very reluctant to go and check uh, what marks am I getting. So after a while, sorry.
No problem.
In the night, I think yeah, we have a pet dog. We went for a walk and we three were talking, and I just accidentally thought that okay, let's leave it all behind and let's just go ahead and check it. And I was getting 17, and I was like, oh my god. So and
Yeah.
I immediately started checking for the rank predictor was not live yet. Only the marks calculator was live. So I started checking what was the marks versus rank in 2023, 2022, 21. I was almost certain that I was very sure that I'll be getting under 100 because last year I got 70 marks and my rank was 194. So I was almost sure that this year it will be under 100. So I was just happy that, yeah, my dream of going to IISc is going to be, realized this year. I was very excited about that. That now nothing can take IISc away from me. This was the first thing that I said to my brothers, and uh,
Wow.
immediately after that, I called my girlfriend. I told her that this is going to happen. I see the dream is going to happen, and this is final now. So I was very happy. And when I saw the rank, it was in my set. It was coming around 13, and it went till 19, and it stabilized at 19. So I was almost sure that worst to worst, it will go to from 19 to under 50 would be fine. So anything for I mean I was not even expecting that I would be getting under 50. I was just happy that the score would be sufficient for ISC now. So but when I checked that okay now normalization is happening and
Mhm.
the rank is going from it was going from 43 to 60 something and then normalization again took a turn, and now the set one people are benefiting. So yeah, it's just a roller coaster of feelings. Excitement, nervousness, but the one feeling is constant, and that feeling is just it's about IFC.
Actually, I remember very well. I think, most probably you are the one with whom I talked most. I mean, among all the aspirants, so we used to talk most. And whenever we talk, I think approximately even I think half an hour to 1 hour, maybe sometimes more than
Yeah,
1 hour we talked. Yes.
yeah,
So I know your journey very closely, and I know that. Okay, let me just introduce to everyone also that Shubham has been there in Go classes since 2022. I don't exactly remember when you first taken the admission. Do you remember, Shubham, in 2022 when in which month you have taken admission?
I think it was May or June. I
Okay.
remember there was this post by Deepak sir on LinkedIn,
Okay.
following which I sent him a text that what all will be covered and what not. And yeah, it was around April or May, something around that.
Okay, okay, understood. So let me tell to everyone also that Shubham has joined, Go classes 2 years back, and with his just first attempt, in his first attempt, let me just tell everyone that in his first attempt with Qualcomm, that too with too much hectic job, and also Shubham, I think you were also doing something related to MS or PhD or
Yeah,
something like you
PhD.
told,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, and see, Shubham has done multiple things in his first attempt. His hectic job, because see, I'm again and again instead of saying full time, I'm saying hectic because I closely know that how hectic Qualcomm is, because some of my friends are there in Qualcomm. So I know. I mean, it's not light job. At least it's not light. If not not hectic, but it's not light. So Soam has in his first attempt he has managed Qualcomm. He has managed to do his gate preparation, and also he has managed to do some other things which he was interested in. For example, he was applying for PhD in foreign universities. So
Yeah.
many things he did, and despite of all these things, Let me ask other users that, okay, just guess, okay, just guess that how much rank Shubham got in his first attempt. And let me also tell you that Shubham was only interested in IISc, because I remember that after his first attempt, when the GATE result came in 2023, we talked, and I was also a little surprised that how can someone be so eager, so so like, I don't know if I
Desperate.
use that word, but desperate to get into IISc
Yeah.
only. Yeah.
I was, sir. I was. I completely agree with this word. I think desperate is just an understatement. I have been, dreaming about going to IISc since 2014, since my JE, and
Wow.
there have been many ups and downs in the journey, and now finally the dream is going to, manifest itself after 10 years. So I'm just very glad. I'm very grateful. Yeah.
Wow. Awesome. So, okay, I will come to this JE part, because in JE generally people dream for IIT, but how ISC came to you, that okay, can you tell about it?
Sir, I was very. I mean, my physics and maths was very good when I was preparing for JEE. So all of my teachers were like, "This guy is going to get a top 10 rank, top 10 rank." My maths and physics teachers were like this, and my chemistry teacher was like, "इसका clear भी हो जाए तो बहुत बड़ी बात है."
Oh, oh, wow.
And but I was very sure that I wanted to go for research. I mean, I didn't want to go for applied sciences. I was very sure that I wanted to, go for physics somehow, or math somehow. And I, used to dig into proofs for everything. In all the mock tests that used to happen, I used to, in the test itself, I used to, I didn't used to remember the formula. I used to derive them on the point. So I mean, I was very
Nice.
sure that research is the one thing for me. In my first year itself of my college, I went to physics faculties. In my first 2 years, I kept, seeking research opportunities, but I didn't get any because of engineering background. So everyone was like a bit skeptical about providing me with research opportunities. But I was very, very adamant. A funny story. In my first year, I applied for a research internship at the nuclear physics laboratory at MIT, and the
Wow.
professor came back to me,
Oh my
and
God.
he told me that this could happen for a couple of months, but I didn't have my passport, I didn't have my visa, and I knew that it was going to be very financially draining, and the financial situation was not up to the mark for that. So I mean, it would have been a dream come
You
true, but
you got reply from MIT professor.
yes, sir. And next year, in my second year, I again mailed him, and he told me that he has entered his emeritus status, so nothing could have happened. So he forwarded my application to the head of the nuclear physics laboratory at that time. I still have the mails. I can show them. I can share the screenshots with you.
Oh, definitely. Yes, you can just send me on WhatsApp if you want to, and
Sure.
later on I will, like, we will have one more interview later on, and yeah, and then we will share those screenshots if that's comfortable with you. Really,
Yeah,
hats off,
sure.
yaar. Matlab, MIT, you got reply from MIT professor. That's huge. Well, that's a dream for every engineer, every ISCN, every IITN, everyone. Like, getting a reply
Yeah.
from MIT. Oh wow. Oh
And
my
if you
God.
read my cover letter, you would say that even I would not, even if I was in a batch, even if I was a bachelor student, I would not have replied to my email. I mean, it was very, very silly email, but I used to imagine a lot of things. I wrote all of them down. That why is this happening? Why is that happening? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? When this, I mean, I remember one thing that I wrote there, that the trajectory. I just wanted to show him how curious I was. So I wrote him that this is my nature is like, I keep wondering why minus into minus is plus. I keep wondering why, for example, let's say you throw a stone, and we everyone knows that a trajectory is a parabola, right? So, but and the force is again gravity. And my question was that Earth spins around the sun, and the path is elliptical, and the force is again gravity. Why is this happening? And I asked one of my teachers, and he said that if you complete the parabola, it will become an eclipse. Sorry, ellipse. And I
Yes.
told him that this is not going to happen. They do both have different eccentricities and everything. I went into I delved into a
Wow.
huge fight with him. So I wrote this kind of questions. I think this is why he replied. Varna, the email was very silly.
Wow, wow, very nice, yeah. I'm really very inspired. Matlab, in just your first year, you got a reply from MIT professor. It's huge. Okay. It's really huge. And now I can see that why you're interested in IISc, and that too. Okay, let me tell everyone that Shubham is not much interested in machine learning. Shubham is not much interested in specifically, core area of computer science also. He is very interested in quantum physics, right? So,
Yes, sir.
yes, so quantum mechanics, you are very interested in quantum mechanics.
Yeah. Yeah. My preference will also be quantum technology at the top. Last year also, I applied for quantum technology. My gate score was 772 or 782, something like that, and the cutoff was 800. So I didn't get shortlisted for that, but I didn't appear for any of the interviews, MTech research interview of IISc or CSA. I was also shortlisted for this MTech course program. I knew I won't get it, but I was not even remotely interested because I wanted to give quantum technology my first shot.
Got it. Great, great. So how you got okay? But see, I know the interview is going in other direction instead of
Yeah.
gate preparation. But still, I'm really very curious that how you got interested in the quantum, and then still being a computer science student, right? I mean, how you got interested in quantum technology, and still you pursued that particular interest. I mean, you were interested in
Yeah.
first semester in your BTech, and then from I think in 2012 you started.
16. In 15 I started BTech and
Okay,
uh,
15, sorry.
uh, yeah.
So in 15 you started BTech. So in 2015, from 2015 till now, I mean almost 10 years you pursued that interest. So how it
Yeah.
happened? Like it's going to be very interesting. So can you talk about it?
Yeah, sir. I was genuinely interested in physics. I was genuinely interested in mathematics, and that I think it never went away. After I always realized this that the preparation of JE was a golden time for me. It was like something that I would never ever forget, and everyone was everyone kept on practicing questions, and I kept on reading Feynman lectures. I kept on reading books by Irodov also has theory books. I kept on reading them. I don't know. I just had a huge collection of physics books,
Okay.
and it never went away. In my first year, in my first 2 years, I kept searching for physics opportunities, but I didn't get any. Uh, and after that, in my third year, I started. I was not a computer science student. I was electrical engineering student. So in my third year, I started. I also had some programming background. So in third year, I started data structures and algorithms by the Corman book. I read Corman book. I think halfway through, till the part that is in the bachelor syllabus, randomized algorithms and everything. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful book, and
Great.
I remember your lectures also. They when you put the snapshots from Corman in them, I immediately recognize that this is from Corman, and it's. I mean that's something that's beautiful because no one does that. Uh, from my college also, all the people who have had good placements, good job opportunities, no one even dared to pick that book up, and you were teaching from them, you were learning from them, and it's beautiful, it's just incredible, sir. So I mean that was the first time I fell in love with that book, and that's when I started my CS research journey. But and I also went for research internships at research assistantships. After my college, I didn't go for jobs. I went for a research assistant position at IIT Kanpur. I worked there for 6 7 months, and then I went to IIIT Delhi. I worked there for around more than a year. Uh, and when I was at IIIT Delhi, that's when I came to know about ISc launching this quantum technology program. And I was like, I have to definitely get into it. So that's why, I started for uh, Gate CS
Okay.
because that was the closest thing that I could do. I couldn't prepare for Gate Physics because I knew that a lot of things would be out of control. And for CS, a lot of things I had, studied from standard books. I had read some part of Silver Shard's Galvin OS, and I had read some part of Tannenbaum for computer networks when I was working at IIIT because my area was network security over there. So, and I had read C++ programming by Jarnes through,
I
and
got it.
this algorithms by Corman. So I had a fair bit of background. So that is why I decided to go for Gate CS preparation and not
Got it.
something else.
Awesome. Okay. That's really interesting. that mix of quantum and computer science. I think
Yeah.
this is the best combo because if computer science, if you apply, because see, at the end of the day, if you know the computer science, then it is really very beneficial because you can code something. Because I mean, whatever
Yes.
you are doing, you can definitely code efficiently, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So coming to your first attempt, let me introduce to everyone also that Shom has appeared in 2023 and then in 2024. So some people have guessed that based on your marks, I think you revealed your marks, and some people have guessed that your rank was around 190. So
Yeah.
what was your rank in the first attempt? Can you please tell?
It was 194, sir.
Okay, okay, great. So yeah, so on the screen also I have that rank now. So yeah, Shubham rank was 194 in the first attempt. So and in the second attempt he has gotten he has gotten 79 marks, which is basically most probably it will be under 37, 38, or at most it might go to 43 or 44 at most to most. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's really great. So, Subham, let's just start with your first attempt. So, in the first attempt, you prepared, like how you prepared? Have you prepared from Go classes? Have you watched the lectures of Go classes in the first attempt itself, or you watched the lecture of Go classes later on?
Sir, in till now, I don't think I have completed all the GoClasses lectures. In my
Yes.
first attempt, I started with GoClasses lectures. I started with GoClasses itself, nothing else.
Okay.
And yeah, in my first attempt, I started with, I think, discrete mathematics, and I completed engineering mathematics at that time. I completed almost half of the course, and for the other half, I mean, my syllabus was not complete till when I went for the exam. My digital logic was almost half. My COA was
Okay.
just I had completed the pipelining part, and
Got
for
it.
data structure algorithms, I was very confident. So yeah, so I completed I think OS, C, data structures, and some part of algorithms, and half of TOC, uh, and engineering mathematics completely. So and compiler design except the backend part. So yeah, this was something that I had completed before appearing for GATE 2023, and rest of the things was like bits and pieces I had studied somewhere. So I had some notes prepared. So I kept visiting them
Okay.
every now and then. So that was my preparation in 2023.
Got it. So, okay, in 2023, you completely prepared from Go classes, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And have you attempted test series also?
Yes, sir. I attempted the test series. In my first mock test was AIMT 2 or 3, I guess. It was on. I remember it was on January 7th because I had come home on January 6th, and it was on January 7th, and I had scored 37 or 38 marks in the first test, and I was really shattered. I mean, I expected that because that was the time when I was preparing for that PhD thing I told you. I
Okay.
was one of my the I had applied to University of Technology Sydney, and the professor there he was working on optimization problems in using quantum algorithms, and he had given me some assignments. He had given me some a research work to collect some data and prepare the research proposal. So almost 2 3 months went by. So almost all everything that I had studied till then was just somewhere at the back of my head. So in the first test, I got 37 or 38, and then I got 52. And then I knew that everything will be onwards from here. So I attempted 4 or 5 tests, and I mean, uh, this was the Go classes test series and Gate were very similar in the sense that they both required some thought process. As in, they were one thing that I always wanted an exam to have was that they require they should test your skills. They should test your not they should not test your rote learning or something. They should test that whether you have the fundamentals set right.
Right.
So Go classes test series was always framed this way that the the questions were always inquisitive. They always pushed you to a limit to think about them.
Right.
Uh, some questions I can say that some questions don't even require you to pick up the pen. They just require the thought process that you have.
Exactly.
And that is only that the thing that matters. You should be able to visualize the system perfectly, and that was very easy after I had gone through the lectures, because proofs are something that will stay with you. They will whenever you have forgotten everything else, proofs are the only thing that will help you sail through any problem at all. So in the linear algebra question, for instance, I remember we had a discussion once uh, about when you told me that eigenvalues, when you told in the class, sorry, that eigenvalues and eigenvectors are something that are not changed by the matrix. I was just blown away. One second. Yeah,
Sure.
I was just blown away, and I was like, yeah, this is something that I was looking for. This is the only thing that I was looking for. That everyone is just taking that characteristic equation, putting the values of lambda, taking out x1, x2, everything. But the only thing that one wanted to know, one should know, is that eigenvector is something that will not be changed by the particular matrix.
Right.
So it was everyone was just talking about that characteristic equation, but no one was talking about what the characteristic is about. And this is where GoClasses comes in, and compiling all the standard resources and bringing the best material, bringing the behind the scenes stuff forward. That is just beautiful. Hats off to you, sir. I mean,
Thank you.
the first thing that I fell in love with when I watched GoClasses lectures was honestly this lecture. How you multiplied the vectors, how you that row picture and column picture, how you told that
Wow.
eigenvectors and eigenvalues are this and that. Thank you so
Amazing.
much, sir.
Actually, it is little nostalgic for me also because it has been 1 year since I taught that course. But and to be honest, I've also forgotten that what was in the course, and now you are saying these things to me, so I'm also feeling a bit nostalgic. Really, very nice to hear from you that okay, you have seen our courses. So you have, as you mentioned that you were not able to watch I mean all the lectures, but you have watched most of the lectures, right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, great.
Yes.
So, yeah, Shubham, any other subject you might remember that okay, in this subject, this was the thing that I particularly liked, something.
Uh, Sir, when I started, I thought that C programming was something that was very, very basic for me, because I had read this book by Jarnes Through, and I was like, okay, C++ तो आती ही है, और C programming के क्या ही इंटरव्यू के क्वेश्चंस, और इंटरव्यू से ज्यादा क्या ही मुश्किल होगा. So I was very overconfident. And in the first lecture, you come and you teach this signed and unsigned thing. I was like, what is this? I was just,
Okay.
ये क्या हो रहा है ये? कहाँ से -1 is greater than this? I mean, I knew this that when we compare these things, that
Right.
something behind the screen was happening, but those 3-4 lectures are just, I don't know how to thank you for that, because those 3-4 lectures really cleared my, even at my job, they cleared my doubts away. I was working on this feature and it was very mathematically complex. So,
Okay.
and that feature almost took 2-3 months, and
Okay.
after we released it, and the testing team came up with a bug, and the bug was resolved because I knew that when the this promotion happens to integer, the promotion happens to either signed integer or unsigned integer. How does it happen? And when I told my manager, he was also not aware, and
Okay.
we realized that this is something that no one just cares about too much. But when something comes, that what is happening at the bits and bytes of that, it just comes out as okay, ये तो पता ही नहीं था.
Wow.
So
Wow. Wow. So
it
basically, that
was.
signed and unsigned thing has helped you to debug your project.
Yes, sir. Debug,
Okay.
one of the first independent features that I worked on. It has helped me debug one of the very critical, not critical, I mean very complex bug, I would say, that we were not able to wrap our heads around, because everything in the logic was flowing perfectly. Only this comparison was not happening. I was like, why is it skipping this if condition when it has to follow this if condition? That's when
Yeah.
I realized that okay, हाँ ये signed unsigned का हो रहा है लफड़ा.
Wow, wow. Actually, हाँ, not many people pay attention to these things. So that is the
Yeah.
reason. See, this is the thing. Actually, let me tell you one thing, Shubham, कि होता क्या है कि okay, like I'm not promoting go classes, but मैं एक honestly एक चीज़ बताता हूँ आपको. होता क्या है कि जो बाकी की कोचिंग्स होती हैं, हम लोग ऑब्वियसली सी आप अगर गेट की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो, सॉरी टू स्विच इन हिंदी, बट मैं एक लाइन हिंदी में बोलता हूँ कि
Yeah.
आप जब गेट की प्रिपरेशन कर रहे हो तो आपका मेन, आई कंप्लीटली अंडरस्टैंड कि मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव ही गेट में रैंक लाना है, एंड हमारा भी मेन
Hmm.
ऑब्जेक्टिव आपको गेट में रैंक दिलाना ही है. लेकिन हम एक स्टेप आगे भी सोचते हैं कि एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग को क्लियर करते चलो ना, तो पढ़ने में मजा भी आता है. और
बिल्कुल.
अभी तो चलो आप जॉब कर रहे थे तो आपको तुरंत पता चल गया कि ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग यहाँ पे यूजफुल है. फॉर एग्जांपल, सी प्रोग्रामिंग में जब साइंड एंड अनसाइंड नंबर्स को आपने पढ़ा तो वो आपने इतना क्रिटिकल बग, और जो आप बोल रहे हो कॉम्प्लेक्स एंड क्रिटिकल बग को आपने
Hmm.
सॉल्व किया. लेकिन ये चीज ना कोई गेट एस्पिरेंट अभी फील नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि वो अभी इतने
Hmm.
चीजों पे काम नहीं कर रहा है ना. तो वो हो सकता है कि एमटेक के बाद जब वो कहीं कहीं क्वालिकम या अमेजोन माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ऐसी कंपनियों में जब जॉब करेंगे, तब उनको रियलाइज होगा कि हाँ यार, जो गेट में इन डेप्थ सीखा था, आई मीन सी प्रोग्रामिंग वाज जस्ट वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल, बट बाकी भी सब्जेक्ट्स में जो भी सीखा था इन डेप्थ, वो डेली लाइफ में हेल्प कर रहा है अगर आपने इन डेप्थ सीखा है तो.
Correct.
So I'm just saying here that we do not only just go for the short term thing कि हाँ मतलब शॉर्ट टर्म में केवल जैसे भी तैसे रटा रटू की रैंक दिलवा दो, है ना, फिर बाद में अपना देखता रहेगा, ऐसा नहीं है. और एक्चुअली सी आई अंडरस्टैंड कि रैंक लाना ही एम है, एंड हम भी रैंक लाने के लिए ही पढ़ा रहे हैं. लेकिन हमारा बस इतना है कि उस पढ़ाई को इंटरेस्टिंग बना दो. क्या दिक्कत है
बिल्कुल.
उसमें? और इंटरेस्टिंग केवल एक
बिल्कुल.
ही चीज से बन सकती है, शुभम, आपको भी पता है कि जब आपको वो
बिल्कुल.
क्रिस्टल क्लियर पता है, राइट?
बिल्कुल.
इंटरेस्टिंग
कान तो सर ऐसे भी पकड़ना है, ऐसे भी पकड़ना है, लेकिन ढंग से ही पकड़ो ना.
ढंग से पकड़ो, राइट राइट राइट. तो वही शुभम, अब वो आपको ही पता है. देखो, अगर आप कोई भी चीज पढ़ रहे हो तो आपके पास अगर दो ऑप्शन है कि डेप्थ में पढ़ लो, उसमें ज्यादा से ज्यादा आपको हो सकता है कि उस टॉपिक में 1 घंटा ज्यादा चला जाएगा.
Hmm.
और बिना डेप्थ में पढ़ो तो डेप्थ में जो इंटरेस्ट है वो कभी भी रोट लर्निंग में नहीं आ सकता.
बिल्कुल.
आप रोट लर्निंग को कितना भी सजा धजा लोगे ना, मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल अगर एक सड़ा हुआ टमाटर है, आप कितना भी उस पर धनिया डाल दोगे ना, वो सड़ा ही रहेगा अंदर से, तो
सड़ा ही
है
रहेगा.
ना. तो
बिल्कुल.
बेसिकली आप कोई अगर शैलो अंडरस्टैंडिंग, बेसिकली शैलो अंडरस्टैंडिंग या रूट लर्निंग को यू डेकोरेटेड टू मच, नो कि अच्छा सा डायग्राम बना दो, और लाइक मैनी यूट्यूबर डज इट कि दोस्तों आज हम ये कर देंगे वो
Hmm.
कर देंगे. भाई मतलब नॉर्मल आप कंसेप्ट को अच्छे से पढ़ाओ, विच इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इंस्टेड ऑफ
बिल्कुल.
मेकिंग नॉइस की ऐसा करना है वैसा करना है. मतलब अच्छे से पढ़ाओ, वो ऑटोमेटिकली इंटरेस्टिंग बन जाएगा. यू डोंट नीड टू पुट एनी एफर्ट, एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट को लगाना ही नहीं है. आप अच्छे से पढ़ाओगे,
बिल्कुल.
आप डेप्थ में पढ़ाओगे, तो डेप्थ एंड इंटरेस्टिंग आर, आई थिंक, सिनोनिम, और यू कैन से प्रोपोर्शनल टू ईच अदर, और इक्विवेलेंट टू ईच अदर.
Exactly.
राइट राइट
Exactly.
राइट. ओके.
सर सिंपल सा एग्जांपल, dovetailing technique sir ने Deepak
हाँ.
sir taught. uh, I don't think I'll ever forget decidability now. I mean, I got the crux of it. Rice theorem is like वो टमाटर, and I don't want to defame anyone. But Rice theorem is like वो टमाटर जितना मर्जी सजा लो, it will help you solve decidability के language के question या Turing machine के language, जो भी बोल लो. लेकिन everything that comes down is when you visualize it. So वो dovetailing technique ही है that is going to help you. uh, I watched decidability lectures are like, I think, insanely long. They are, I think, 30
Yes, yes,
40 hours.
yes.
And I had not completed it this year. Last year
Okay.
also I had not watched them, but I had just there was a table. I knew that this is happening, this is happening. I didn't know the logic behind them. So this year I had written it down in the starting itself that decidability is something that I'll definitely complete.
अच्छा.
Multi-level paging is something that I'll definitely complete because I wanted to have to feel what is happening behind the pages, because no one is teaching what is behind those behind the curtain. So decidability, I started watching, and after dovetailing and everything, after a couple of these lectures, I knew what was the crux, but I still wanted to go ahead and watch all of them. And you must remember that after, I think, one or two mock tests I talked to you this time, 3 4, I think 2 or 3 weeks were left for gate, and I told you that 4 5 hours of decidability is left, and you told me that I could skip them, but I didn't want to skip them because I knew that even if those 3-4 hours is something that I already know, but I wanted to watch those lectures
Hmm.
because they were crazy. They were crazy, inquisitive. They were such good stories, and and Deepak sir always comes with the funniest of the I don't know how he connects them. I want to learn someday that if I'm teaching someone anything, I want to be able to be very creative to come up with something like that Deepak sir comes up with. He when I something that's very funny. He always comes up with the memes. I love those memes. In 5 lectures, one meme would definitely come up, and that meme would every time crack me up. And when he was teaching
Right.
NFA, he came up with Shaktiman ko 5 shaktiyan de do. It was so funny. I can't tell you, sir. I mean, I was like, I paused the video, and I was connected. I mean, I was talking to my girlfriend at that time on Zoom link. So I shared my screen and I told her to watch this, and she also connected with the meme. I mean, she has no connection with computer science
Right.
whatsoever.
Right.
So and she also connected with that because it was so funny. I mean, everything is just so creative and so I love it.
Awesome. Actually, not just you. I also like whenever Deepak talk in general, then also Deepak always crack, crack. I mean, in every 5 6 days, he always cracks some funny joke, and it really make whole sense. So yes, so
Yeah,
I can really connect to this what you are saying.
yeah. I mean, it's but it's very raw, and you don't have to know anything to understand the joke.
Right, right,
So
right, right. That's also very true. Yes, yes. Yes, actually, yeah, Deepak sir has also, said thanks in the comment. So he said, like, glad to hear such lovely feedback of decidability lectures from Shubham. So he has just commented it.
thank you so much, Deepak sir. I mean, I don't know what to say. This is beautiful. I mean, your TOC is just beautiful. I can't. I mean, I also. I mean, I know how much you are a fan of depth and how much you are a fan of, detailing and proofs from the
Right.
fundamental course itself. But decidability is truly next level. Uh,
Great.
it's love.
Okay, okay, awesome. Any other topic you might remember? I mean, just see, this is just a general
Hmm.
discussion. So we will have a detailed discussion about your journey, but it is just a general discussion about that. What was your experience with Go classes? So any other topic
So
that you might remember now?
multi-level paging there,
Okay.
multi-level paging and a TLB buffer, everything, pipelining,
Wow. Wow.
everything was just it felt natural. Multi-level paging के लिए every time you are just looking for okay this much bits ऐसे होगा वैसे होगा ये इतना होगा never I could never visualize it कि what is happening even in Galvin also multi-level paging is very it has just a couple of pages and you don't get the feel of how you break the physical address or logical address into
Right.
different sections and to get the page numbers and what will be the bit length everything it just came very naturally when I watched your lectures. I mean,
Right. Right.
uh, it was very beautiful. I think I never made any mistake in multi-level paging after that, and especially in synchronization. I have this record,
Okay.
whatever, how, जितने भी मैंने टेस्ट दिए of
Okay.
OS, never not even a single time I have made any mistake in synchronization after watching the lectures. Not even a single time.
Wow. 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 Awesome.
Every time, one time I made mistake when I had just watched half of your lectures and I gave this, I think, subject test of OS, and
Uh,
I made one mistake. I still remember the question, and the solution was also beautiful. And after that, I never made any mistake in synchronization topic.
Great.
It
Awesome.
was everything came out very naturally after that. I mean, I still am very I still regret that I have not completed all the lectures. For example, my COA, I have watched the pipelining lectures, but the cache memory, the DMA and everything, I have not watched these.
Okay.
But I had some notes of when I had read from books and random YouTube videos, and when I was when I was just preparing in a rush.
Okay.
So I had some notes from there, and for digital logic also, I had watched up to the decimal number system and all the number system things, but I had not watched beyond that for the combinational circuits and the sequential circuits. So I still regret that I have not watched all the lectures completely, but I just know that they are a gem, and they will be very helpful. Or even if I don't pursue, masters in CS, I know they will be very helpful
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shubham.
because inquisition is something that is provided very, subtly in those lectures. That you are able to see things, that you are able to understand things, that what is happening. For example, in linear algebra, when you talk about rank, you will never know what rank is unless you know what linear independent vectors are. So you set the pitch so beautifully that you will know that which ball is coming to be a bouncer, which ball is coming to be where and what. You know the pitch perfectly now. So
Right.
you're able to solve the linear equation questions, everything very beautifully. And the tree method in for expectations, it was also very very. I mean, some of the tricks that some of the methods. I would not say tricks. Some of the methods that
Right.
you taught, I felt very jealous that why could I not come up with these? I have a very
uh,
I have a very competitive nature, sir. I'm telling you, a very, very competitive nature. But whenever I see something good, I
nice.
always come up with something like, okay, why did I not come up with something like this?
Okay,
So,
right.
uh,
So, Subham, let me just tell you one thing there regarding the things that you talked in the expectation tree method, right? So
yeah,
basically, there let me just tell you one small story that tree method in the expectation, especially in the expectation. So you remember now, right? So I mean, there was one. A question, I mean, series of question. I think 4 5 times Gate has also asked, and this time Gate D has also asked the
yeah,
recursive kind of expectation questions. So
okay,
let me tell you that I mean, I also didn't know, to be honest. I mean, before Go class, I also didn't know, and then I observed that okay, there is something I should be connecting to the students. Then I literally sat for 2 days, and let me just tell you one thing, that it is like, maybe it is possible, but according to best of my knowledge, it is not there. It is not there in any of the resource. I mean, maybe it is
hmm,
possible. Obviously it might be possible. I'm not claiming that it is not completely there over the internet, but yeah, that particular I mean, the clear cut understanding, if you remember, that we can expand the tree till infinite. that
yes,
that was the
yes,
one thing. Or we can expand the tree till just a one level, or maybe two level, three level. That kind of clear understanding is not there at many resources. I mean, I have not at least found. I connected those things, that okay, this is kind of tree, and it could be infinite, and then we can solve the infinite series, or we can stop it right away, or we can stop it after two levels, or like that. So I also enjoyed that particularly. And
uh,
do you remember that expectation versus average? There was one video
yes,
you okay. Okay,
yes.
okay.
I have written everything down. My notes are very concise, and when even this is something that Gate would never ever ask, but I had still written down in those 1 page notes or something that expectation is not same as average, just to keep reminding me that
Right,
yeah,
right,
this is the case.
right.
And even when you start probability, and you ask about that simple story, that if I toss the coin 100 times, is it guaranteed that
Hmm.
50 times it will be heads or 50 times it will be tails? And how you go till infinity, and how you tell that what probability actually means. Uh, I don't know, sir. I can just keep on saying hats off to you.
No, no, no. Like, it was completely your hard work, and I'm really feeling very glad that whatever we taught, it was really useful to you. And I already knew about you, but when you told that okay, your interest towards the quantum technology or quantum mechanics has been there since a long time. That really inspired me, and like, I'm also blown away with your all the answers that you're giving. So really, very. I mean, I'm really enjoying this particular session, and I can't express now. So that's really
Uh,
nice.
Thank you,
Great,
sir.
great.
I'm also enjoying it very much because it's kind of kindling all those, uh, emotions buried somewhere away. So yeah, they are just coming resurfacing because I'm very, very excited and very happy that I'll, get into IISc this year. So I'm very,
Right, right.
very grateful to you.
No, Shom, it was your hard work, and thanks for being modest and giving credit to us. So thank you so much, Shubham. Okay, so coming to the test series. Okay, I mean we will come back to the codes and other questions from the chat. So let me just take one question from the chat also. Someone is asking why you have deleted YouTube from your phone. Why you don't have YouTube from on your phone?
I didn't want to keep scrolling.
Okay,
Sir, the job gets very hectic. So,
right.
okay, when I was preparing for 2023 gate, my job was very, very hectic. So, our project was just established for 5G. I'm working on an emulator for 5G at Qualcomm. So,
Okay.
our project had just started when I joined. And because in the earlier projects, the workload is quite high. You have to manage a lot of things. You have to work on a lot of tools. So while for 2023, it was very, very, uh, it was very hectic. So finding time to prepare, it was difficult. So it all, you just have to keep fighting for it.
Right.
So
Yes, that's
yeah,
very much
I
true.
mean, yeah. So that
You
was
have
the
to steal, somehow you have to steal some hours, or not even hours, you need to steal the minutes from your complete routine. That okay कि
yes.
यहाँ से मैं आधा घंटा यहाँ बचा लेता हूँ, यहाँ पे मैं आधा घंटा बचा लूंगा, क्योंकि जॉब, अरे मैंने जॉब किया है, मुझे पता है कि
हाँ
अमेजोन,
बिल्कुल।
हाँ, तो आई वॉज ऑल्सो इन अमेजोन, कि मुझे पता है कि यार नहीं होता इतना आसान, है ना। और
हम्म,
पर्टिकुलरली एक्चुअली ऑलमोस्ट किसी भी जॉब में नहीं होता इतना आसान, बट पर्टिकुलरली कंपनीज लाइक जो बहुत ही मतलब वर्कलोड होता है, जिसमें अमेजोन भी आई थिंक इक्वलेंट ही होगी, बट मैं तो क्वालकॉम
हम्म,
को तो ऊपर ही मानता हूँ भाई, सबसे ऊपर मानता हूँ सच में, है ना। क्वालकॉम को तो मैं बहुत ऊपर मानता हूँ, जितना वो काम करवाते हैं कोई नहीं करवाता सच में। तो हाँ, कमिंग कमिंग टू दिस कि मुझे पता है, मतलब मैं कंप्लीटली समझ सकता हूँ कि जॉब के साथ कितना ज़्यादा मुश्किल होता है, लाइक बहुत ही ज़्यादा मुश्किल होता है, एंड यू लिटरली मैनेज मैनी थिंग्स, नॉट नॉट जस्ट दिस। एंड आई एम श्योर दैट कि आपकी जो भी हॉबी होगी, आपने आप लाइक नॉट नॉट ऑब्वियसली ऑन द रेगुलर बेसिस, बट हाँ कभी वीकेंड पे फॉर एग्जांपल आप क्रिकेट खेलते होंगे, या फिर जो भी आपकी हॉबी होगी,
बिल्कुल।
है ना, वो आपने परस्यू की होगी। मतलब लग रहा है द वे यू नो आई मीन योर फन लविंग नेचर शोज इट, है ना, कि यार कि ऐसा स्टूडियस नहीं लग रहे हो आप बिल्कुल भी, है ना, कि दिन भर बस पढ़ना है।
सर मैं गेट 2023 था 4 फेब को, और मैं 30th पता नहीं 29 जैन को हाफ मैराथन भाग रहा था।
ओ
तो
भाई।
I was dead into running, and I used to run, like 40-50 kilometers every week. And
वाओ मैन।
whenever I used to go out for a run, and it would definitely be at least 5K. And it on an average, it was every time it was around 10K. There was a
वाओ।
lake, Durgam Cherbu Lake. I was in Hyderabad, and I was living in high tech city. I mean, I'm in Hyderabad and I'm living in high tech city. And the lake is just like 1 kilometer from my home. I used to go there, and I just used to completely, go from starting to the end, come back to the start again and start again and start. And this would complete 10, 12 kilometers on an average. Otherwise, 5, 6 kilometers. So I used to, love running. It would free me every time. Every time I had uh, uh, any stress of any sort, running would always free me. So I definitely pursued it. So the point is that there was not enough time to keep scrolling on any app, be it YouTube, be it this Instagram or whatever. I used to activate Instagram, use it for a couple of days, and I would realize that this is just a waste of time. But your hormones always act up. They always kind of push you to a limit where you are not able to control yourself, and you just end up downloading it, end up reactivating your account and everything. So I used to have Instagram and YouTube in my phone at times, and then I would realize that okay, it's not the time, so I would delete them. So because I was not very consistent in my studying because of my job. So I mean, I don't think there has been a perfect week for me where I've studied for all the 7 days. The best week has been the one when I took the whole week off, and even then, when I took the whole week off, I was able to study 4 or 5 days in them. So there was a lot of discontinuity in my studying, so I didn't want to waste my time on these apps. So that is why I had YouTube and Instagram deleted from my phone.
Got it.
You just have to keep stealing time. So yeah. I mean, there were days when I would study like 5 6 hours a day, but most of the time, if you take an average, whenever I studied for at max 2 or 3 hours a day. In the morning, I would watch GoClasses lectures, or in the night, I would watch GoClasses lectures. But in a week, I would say Tuesday, Thursday was definitely were the days when I could do. I mean, I couldn't do anything to study because those were the most hectic days of my weeks. And so every week I could study at most 5 days. I knew that because Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be very hectic. Rest of the days I used to make kind of make the most out of them, and everything does not go as planned. You always have some issues, some stress or something. But I could my best days were when I could study 2 3 hours a day, and the worst days were again when I could not study even for the whole week. So you realize that everything is very trivial in front of
Right.
your goals.
Right.
So there have been many instances when I got this. Everyone was telling me that why are you preparing for gate, even with this 194 rank, you're not getting something, and why are you again preparing for it? You could try again next time. You could leave masters. You could go for other jobs. I kept getting. I had a lot of interviews lined up. So there was a time this year in September, October, when I was getting calls from all over the place, and I also got offers from a couple of companies. But suddenly it kicked in that this is the only mistake that I made last year. So I rejected everything. I cancelled all the scheduled interviews, and that was when I started focusing on Gate a lot. After October, in November, there were layoffs coming in, so everyone was kind of chilled out, and that was the time when I was able to make the most of it. So because before that everything was very bits and pieces. You study for a day, you cannot study for 2 days. You study for a day, you cannot study for 2 days. So everything was just in breaks. But after mid of November, I tried to make this thing that I would study for at least 5 days a week, whatever happens. So after November, I think those last 2.5 3 months after I talked to you, I think those are the months that really sailed my boat.
Okay. So in last, you have taken off from the company, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Off for how many days?
In December, I think I took off for 4 or 5 days. I had exhausted all my casual
Just
leaves.
4 5 days you took. You have taken off. I thought you
No,
have
no, no.
taken. Okay.
No. In December, I took four or
Four
five
five
days
days.
because I
Okay.
didn't have casual leaves pending.
Acha. Okay. Okay.
I just had the paid leave, so I took 4 or 5 days off. But in January, I was off for 1 week and a half week again. So I took, I think, 7 8 or 9 leaves. Just a couple of days back, my manager told me that you have exhausted all your year's quota in just 2 months.
Oh.
Yeah, so I mean,
Wow.
I just wanted to give my best shot this time because I knew that after this preparation would be very tricky business. You know, yeah, motivation also kind of dies out. So most likely, I would have started searching for opportunities abroad somewhere or something. Maybe I would have switched my job, but no. I just wanted to give it my best shot.
God. So Subham, why you have not taken admission in the very first attempt when you got 194 rank? So at that
I just
time,
wanted to go to IISc.
okay, only ISC.
Only IISc, sir.
Wow,
I did not even fill any IITs. I did not
amazing.
even fill any admission form for any IITs. I'm not planning to fill it this year also. It was just IISc or nothing.
Awesome, awesome.
Sir, I have waited 10 years for this. I couldn't settle for anything other than IISc. My brother is in IISc. He's
Okay.
pursuing his MTech in geology from there. And I went to the campus because of him. I'm very grateful to him. I mean, I went to the campus twice. We used to take long walks in the night, and you know how beautiful it is to take long walks in campus at night. So
Right.
I just, when I entered the campus, it was for his admission in 2022. Yes, he's graduating this year. In 2022, it was for his admission that I went there in August. But I somehow felt that this is the place where I belong. This is the place that has been calling out to me. You know, you just feel a magnetic attraction somewhere.
Right.
Uh, you just keep getting pulled towards it. So
So,
that was we were in a this local Bangalore bus, and
okay.
it dropped us right outside the main gate of IISc, and just walking in felt like a dream.
Amazing. Actually, like now I'm really very much inspired, and I'm feeling myself to be so much lucky that I was there at ISC.
Yes.
The reason is that because maybe obviously like at that time also I also prepared for gate. I mean in the sense that I work hard, but after listening to you, I'm literally feeling very lucky that that it is a dream for someone, and I have already been there. I mean obviously you will
Yes.
do much great things after ISC, that I'm pretty much sure, that I'm 101% sure. So but still I feel very very lucky that okay, as a first milestone I can say, because I'm sure that you will go to MIT or Stanford at someday. Okay, not if not in 2 3 years, then definitely in someday you will go there, right? So by the way, Shubham, I mean your further after MTech further you want to do PhD, or
Yeah,
you will?
PhD.
Okay.
I want to go for PhD, but maybe I'll take a year or two off for after my MTech, and then most likely I'll go for PhD. I'm not very sure. Depends on what happens there. But current plan is that after a year or two, I mean, after my master's, after a year or two, I'll definitely apply for PhD.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. So basically, like not if not immediately, then you will go, but may not be immediately, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
So by the way, this Ayush is your brother, right? Who is in ISC?
yes,
Okay,
yes.
so Ayush has
Yeah.
also commented in the YouTube. So let me also put his comment on the screen. Ayush is saying that I still remember his reaction when he was in ISC. So really very nice, Ayush. Okay, that shows your love for ISC.
Yes. I mean, yeah, I kept pushing him that क्या करेगा तू MSc करके IIT में तू IISc चला जाना यार. I kept pushing him to do that, and I think it's the best decision that he has taken. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, okay, coming back to the preparation, little bit more. I will not take much of your time. I think I have taken quite a lot of your time. So, I will not take much of your time. Actually, I'm really enjoying the session. So, maybe.
Yes, sir. I'm also enjoying it. We can keep on chatting.
Okay. Thank you. So, okay, coming back to the actually test series, I wanted to ask especially. So, let's suppose. Uh,
Good. Sorry.
Yeah, no, sorry. Okay. So let's suppose that in the test series, you are attempting some tests. So at that time, were you really confident that okay, you will be getting some marks, or you were in the suspicious mind that okay, will you be getting the marks, or you were not even thinking that whether you will be getting the marks or not getting the marks?
Sir, I was not even thinking.
Okay.
This year, let me tell you, in the first test, I have already shared this with you. In the first test, I got 46 marks, I guess.
Okay.
The first AIMT that I took, it was 46. Yeah, it was 45 or 46, something like that. The
Okay.
second one, it was 55, and then 58, and then 62, 63, and then 65. I gave all the five AIMTs this year. But after the first test, after scoring just 45 marks, and that too on January 15th or 16th, I guess.
Okay.
I think 15th or 16th was the date when I gave. AMT2 was the first test that I gave. So
Right.
that I gave live. And after that, I was very sure that I'll go upwards. I didn't look at that how bad I was scoring, because I knew that if I looked at I'm just scoring 45 marks, 46 marks, then this will definitely ruin everything that I have worked for. This will definitely ruin everything. So I, instead of worrying about scoring low marks, I started analyzing the exam where I
Got
was
it.
lacking, what was lacking, and I made a revision plan that would benefit me. I knew that I was making mistakes at decidability, so I immediately started watching those lectures. I watched a couple of lectures. I knew that pipelining was something that where I was missing, because and in the first test I remember AMT2, there was this a question on multi-level paging, and I had already watched those lectures in November or December, I guess. I had completed the entire course in, but not entire OS course in November or December, I guess. I had not practiced a lot of PYQs, because I think I didn't have time for practice. I just wanted to complete my syllabus, and every time when I was watching the lectures, I would not watch you through solve the questions. I would always pause the lectures and solve the questions myself, and then
Right.
analyze what I was doing wrong. So that was something that I think that this was something that tipped my chances at scoring good marks, even when I had not gone through all the PYQs, because almost all the good PYQs were covered in the slides. So I would
Right.
solve them, and I would see that whether I would analyze whether I use the correct reasoning, and if there could be a better approach. So that was something, and this reflected very well in the exam
Right.
as well,
Right.
because
True.
the solving exam was like watching a 3 hour lecture, that you are just there, you are telling that okay, this is the question, solve it, this is the question, solve it, this is the question, solve it. So I would solve them, and whatever would come up, all the mistakes I would work on the nitty gritty details, and realize what the mistakes are, and work on improving them. And I think test series was never about how many marks I was getting, how much rank I was getting. It was always about just uh, I know these mistakes, I should be able to make more and more mistakes, and I should not be able to repeat the mistakes. In my first test, I made the mistake in multi-level paging, and I immediately started watching, revise those lectures. I made a mistake in pipelining. I started pipelining, but it was because 10 hours pipelining, so I didn't complete it. I didn't complete all the lectures, and in the second test, I made a mistake in hazards, I guess. So that was when I completed all the pipelining lectures, and
Got it.
then the decidability was there, TLB was there. So in CN, in CN also I made a mistake. You gave this routing table thing that okay, these are the interfaces, and I made this. I think no one makes a mistake in these routing table questions. I made a mistake in my first AMT. I was so dejected that, oh, what am I doing? I immediately opened up the notes. I immediately revised what things that I had to keep in mind, and I immediately rectified it. And after that, in no test, I repeated that mistake. TCP was something. TCP questions were so beautiful every time. I almost in every test, whenever TCP question came up, I was both nervous as well as happy and excited that okay, now this question is going to be fun. This question is definitely going to be fun. So every time, TCP question every time popped up, and it was always very beautiful. So yeah, test series was always about just enhancing and learning. It was never about marks. I
Awesome.
I never felt bad for scoring less marks.
So actually, this is something that most of the aspirants need to learn actually, because they generally, get, I can say, sad after seeing low marks. But as you mentioned, that test series is more about improving, not about getting the marks. because many times it happens that that in the test series you might be getting, for example, 30, 40, but in the gate you might be getting plus 10 or maybe sometimes even plus 20, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Because I think that even since I have attempted very less number of tests, but I think the 5 6 AIMTs that I have attempted were more than enough, because they covered pretty much everything that Gate has to ask, almost everything, and I was able to analyze each of my mistakes in every test. Every test taught me a couple of things, and I wrote them down. Before the exam, I took photos of that. I went to the center. I went through those photos, and I knew that these are the mistakes that I don't have to repeat. And yeah, that was done.
Great.
Yeah.
Understood.
Yeah.
So yeah, so Shubham, actually we will have one more session after the result, and it was really very nice interacting with you. I really enjoyed this session, and not just enjoyed. I got inspired that okay, if you can do that much, okay, then what I'm doing here like that, okay, which means that you are into your physical fitness. You also you are also working full time, still you manage to do you manage to do crack gate, and also like many other things, like you're very firm about your passion, that okay, you want to do quantum technology. So by the way, Shubham, this quantum technology comes under which department at IISc?
Instrumentation of Applied Physics, IAP.
Okay, okay,
I
okay.
mean, IAP kind of presides over it, but there are different departments that have faculty members associated. So CDS also has some members. Materials also, Sense, I mean, also has some members. CHEP also has some members. IAP definitely has some members. CSA also has some members. So yeah, there are members from almost all the departments. Chemistry also has some members.
Got it. So your first preference is IIP, and then CSA, right? And then what
Yes.
is the third preference, Shubham?
It should be CDS, I think, because I went through the curriculum, and the curriculum mentions that there are courses in high performance computing and computational simulations of for physics and something. So I think CDS would be a better third option.
Amazing. Yeah, awesome, Subham. So let's end this session, and we will meet at felicitation. I hope this time
Yeah.
you will come. Last time we missed you, and I'm not sure why you were not there. So okay, this is my question also. So why you were not there last time in felicitation?
Sir, there were some problems. I had just went with my family for a trip at that time. So, and there was a couple of financial obligations that I had to attend to. So I
Okay,
couldn't make it. But this
okay.
year, I'm definitely coming, sir.
हाँ, इस साल तो मजा आएगा यार.
बिल्कुल sir.
Definitely. Okay, okay, so thanks for joining in. Let me just check if there is any doubt which is left to you, and also if anyone is having any doubt, right, you can just drop us a comment later on, and then I or Shubham will be replying. So if there is a question to Shubham, so we will convey the question to Shubham, and we'll get answer directly from Shubham.
Yeah,
Okay. So thank you
definitely.
so much, Shubham. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
It
Thank
was
you so much.
really great experience talking to you.
Yeah, sir. Likewise.